they put the parade on pause and then rethink maybe how we can parade our military, or maybe spend that money lobbying for the government to give you a bigger budget. You know what I mean? Maybe if they give you a 10 billion budget, then billion up. At least, I mean, we need to expect it. We need to give them something. We need to give them, because the thing of this wanting to fight 100% corruption, nothing will ever get done. These people are too corrupt. You need to give them something. You need to say, listen, we're saying 90 billion, then box 100 billion. Just leave everything else. Just make sure that everything else is done. You know what I mean? Just make sure that everything else is done. Once we start budgeting for the corruption, maybe.
Do you know what I mean? Andrew Tate, he says he allows his employees to steal from his restaurant. Oh, he says he allows them to steal just enough. Because if he doesn't do that, they'll steal more.
You know, maybe we need to do that. Maybe we need to do like clearly, because they're stealing left, right, and center. You know what I mean? That's the marching orders. It's not left, right. It's left, right, center. Left, right, center. That's how they're marching. You know what I mean? That's how they're marching. So, you know, I also wanted to speak about newspapers.
So before we get into the newspapers, I just wanted to remind you of this story. You'll decide if we speak about it now or maybe after we talk about newspapers. I wanted us to talk about the story of some school in Pretoria that is already enslaving 13-year-olds. And I'll call it enslaving because there's a viral video of Usia Siamtanda where he says he's had a look at a contract that they give to the kids. Now these are 13-year-olds starting high school, and the contract has got clauses that sort of enslaves the kids because they say we are running a tab on you while you're in the school. Everything you eat, the uniform, the books that we give you, electricity, whatever cost, they are running a bill on the kid. And then how you repay us back is that your likeness and your image will be owned by the school, and the endorsements that you're going to get in the future will be negotiated to by us, and the percentages that we're giving you, we are sharing with you. But when your share, we have to recoup the money that we've been providing for you in the 5 years that you were at the school.
Yeah, your share comes from the net.
And you have to pay it off before you can start making money at a later stage. The school controls the children's social media. The parents are not allowed to. The kids are not allowed to get any side gigs. And after the kid graduates from that high school, they owe the school an album. I think it's an art school or something. I'm not sure. It's an art school, something like that. Yeah.
No portfolio.
Yeah, I don't know. You didn't see that story. It's fine.
No, I saw the video. I saw the controversy. I saw everything about it.
Oh, you did?
Shocked.
Okay.
That's the record business in South Africa. It's been like that.
But starting from kids now, at 13.
Since 1926, when Eddie Gallo started Gallo, they've been exploiting blacks. They're still exploiting blacks. This year, they celebrated, I was reading about it here, they're celebrating 100 years of exploiting black talent in South Africa. Just imagine that. They even called some of the black artists that they've been exploiting there at Gallo, saying, yo, come here, celebrate your exploitation. Celebrate the fact that you've actually got nothing to show for all the work that you've done. The fact that all of you guys are legends. And all of the white people that work at these companies have got more money than you. Their kids go to better schools than your kids will ever go to. And all of them are well off. And they've never written a lyric. They've never played a key. They've never done anything to show their talent. And their talent is being exploited. And I think that this story is going to open up a lot of wounds. A lot of reflections are going to start to happen about what we've allowed to happen to our culture and our cultural production. They're exploiting these kids because of their culture. And I said this already. We've said this. We've spoken about this. They're going to exploit our culture. They're going to make sure that we cannot benefit. And the parents being party to this themselves are only doing so because they're in desperate situations. Schools are expensive. They've made it normal for a school to be 100,000. I was saying that as a joke last week, but I didn't mean it as a joke. I was serious. When I say that a school is a decent amount at 100,000, that is wrong. That is wrong. But we've normalized that you need to get a private education to get a decent education to have all the facilities because we've underfunded our government schools. Our government schools should be producing these talents themselves for free. For free. I mean, were there no dancers back in the day when schools weren't offering recording contracts to the kids? There were dancers then. There were artists. There were singers. You know what I mean? You could go to school and learn music. And then when you're finished in school, you could go and study music professionally. And the school would never own you other than the fact that they've got pictures of you in their uniform. And then every time you do something great, they can say, Trevor Noah used to come to our school. You understand what I'm saying? That's the only ownership that the school should have on you. You know what I mean? The teacher should be able to say, yeah, you see that guy over there, DJ School, I used to teach him. I taught him maths. You understand what I'm saying? That's the only ownership that our schools should have on us, is the outcomes of the education that they gave us. That is it. You know what I mean? My school, what is it called now? It's called Johannesburg Academy. I don't know. It was called Rauco.
What was it called before?
It was called Rauco. Oh, it was called DF Malan before.
Oh, DF Malan.
Yeah, it's formerly DF Malan. But you know what I mean? I don't know what they've changed. But they can always brag about the fact that I went to that school. They can always.
The authority was here. Those brains that you guys are enjoying every week are from here.
You understand what I'm saying? So they can brag about that. The school should have the bragging rights. You understand? We shouldn't be seeing our children being exploited. It's 2026, not 1926 when Gallo was founded. How is it that 100 years after Gallo was founded and they exploited all the artists, and then they even had to make a movie about it, The Lion's Share, which you can watch on Netflix and understand how this system works and understand the results of the system by looking at Solomon Linda's daughters. And
what is the movie called?
The Lion's Share. There's lots of movies. There's lots of documentaries. In fact, there's another documentary that I think I wanted to share with you, and it's so funny that it's actually relevant to the story because you are bringing it up right now. Who's this person? I think I asked them on the DM last week to actually tell me.
Ask him what? But Zelo says I must ask you why you're always lying. It's not even necessary. He's not lying. Clearly, you don't listen to Nota. Nota doesn't lie. He's lying, and then they discover later that he was actually telling the truth.
You need to,
and then you guys don't even release afterwards. Yeah, guys, you don't even call.
Say something.
Nota, I'm so right.
I just want to say one thing to all of them: you are forgiven. You are forgiven unconditionally. Damn it, I don't know what's this thing. I can't find it anymore, but I wanted to send it to you on Instagram. I saw something, some reflection. It's a story about, the type of deals that they were offering at Gallo back in the day. But our biggest legends have been exploited for many, many years, for eons and eons. And there's nothing that has ever been done about it. You know what I mean? Our minister is more interested in VAR. So we still haven't had a comment from him about the school. You know,
I haven't heard any.
Nothing.
I got a DM from the minister's office. They wanted the name of the school. At the time, I didn't have the name of the school. But then they came back to me, I think an hour later, they said, no, they found the school.
Okay, but we need a statement from him condemning this. And we need an investigation.
No, but for me, it was not the art department. It was not the Department of Arts and Culture. It was the Department of Education.
Yeah, so I found it now. It was shared by an Instagram blog called Ubuntu Archives. It's the Maotela Queens Icons documentary series. It's on YouTube. So people go and check out the Maotela Queens Icons documentary series so that you can see where the school got their shenanigans from. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the Maotela Queens also, Mahlatini, also, these are stories of people that were exploited by the system and nothing was done about it. And their families are still suffering to this day. And that's my biggest concern, is that the suffering never ends. And these scams are always coming about and they always find desperate people, because our system is creating more and more desperate people. The more and more our economy shrinks, the more and more all of this shenanigans is happening in Parliament, happening, at Treasury, happening within the SANDF, happening everywhere in Ekurhuleni, Western Cape, where they're auctioning Good Hope Center. Good Hope Center, that's where you used to come and see sold out shows of Brenda Fassie. Yeah, now you're going to be praying for miracles. Now you're gonna be praying. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And it's so funny.
What's his name, man? The YouTuber. He did a skit where he was making Druski.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And guess what isn't happening though?
Yeah.
In that area, because they're so focused on auctioning the land, they couldn't even have a memorial day for the Battle of Salt River. You understand? The Battle of Salt River is commemorated on the 1st of March. Nothing was said about that. So the Western Cape government doesn't care about the culture. That's why they're willing to dispose of the state land. They don't care about the people either. I did mention the NHI.
No, you didn't.
I mentioned it a little bit, but I didn't go into detail. So the NHI has come across a stumbling block with the legal challenges, and the government has decided that they will not implement it until all the legal challenges have been resolved. Knowing that our president is a lawyer by training, he should know whether, and he knows that his fortunes, his legacy is based on him delivering on this NHI. It's one of the resolutions that has been skipped for many, many ANC conferences. I think for 6 different ANC conferences, they've resolved to have national health insurance, right? And now that it's coming towards the latter years of his presidency of the ANC, his legacy is being, scrutinized. And the NHI is a big part of his legacy. He needs to deliver this. So therefore, I've got zero doubt, right, in someone's self-preservation instinct. So that however they criticize Cyril Ramaphosa and his presidency over all the years, he needs to have certain things that he can say that I managed to deliver. I managed to deliver legislation on expropriation without compensation. I managed to deliver access to education through the Bella Act. I managed to deliver free healthcare for those who cannot afford with the NHI Act. And therefore, I've got no doubt that he's looked through all the court appeals and he's confident that the government is going to win those court appeals. And that's why he's, chilled about it. That's why he's withdrawing the enforcement of this regulation so that all the legal battles can be done. Because the last thing you want to do is implement a new policy with ongoing legal challenges. Rather resolve them. And it works better for the markets as well because they love certainty. And he loves the market. Our president loves the markets. Hey, if there's anything that the president loves, the markets. The markets are like that cousin of yours that does all the good things in the family. That your mother's like, hey, your cousin. Hey, your cousin. Hey, your cousin. Those are the markets. That cousin of yours, that cousin. Some of our cousins, they put us under pressure. Every year we get told, why are you not like Usman Ban? Why are you not more like Spusi Suman? He does so much for his mother. Did you see the car he bought? Did you see the car he bought for his mother? Mama, did you see the car Spusi bought for his mother? I am sure she's very proud. And then when under pressure, clearly your mother's not proud of you. Yeah, man. I don't know if there's anything more that we need to discuss.
Maybe just to close off the show, maybe on a lighter note, the music. I went to the Metro FM Music Awards nomination announcement.
Oh yes,
this past week. Our son got I'll say our son in Nota.
Yeah. No, it's your son.
Sure.
He's my little brother. I remember best corner was Sweet 16 long, 16 that season.
I mean, I'm tired of show.
We're there, season Sweet 16. We're there to say, no, cool, and then you're gonna be a goat one day. We're lazy. I won't lie, but he took it to heart. I'm so under pressure. I'm under pressure. All these goats at my 16th birthday.
He's always been under pressure. Yeah. But at least the boy's delivering now. So he's got 5 nominations. About GLCJ, got multiple nominations as well. Jazzworks, Mahu,
Zingumalo as well. I'm very upset. I'm very upset at Metro.
Why?
You didn't nominate
hip hop category.
You didn't nominate Tato Hatsi for best styled artist.
Oh, and you were talking
it.
about it. Your clip went viral a few weeks ago. They should have even remembered through that clip, man.
I think they remembered through that clip, but they then went back and watched the other clip where I was like, Tatohatsi did not have any of her own songs out. And for me, this is the greatest tragedy that I want people to be able to see. These awards matter, especially for your brand. You can't have a year as hot as Tatohatsi had, right? And then all of that heat goes to other people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because next year we're going to be looking for the new girl that's going to come up, the new vocalist, right? That's going to take over, right? That's what we're looking for. Because we want to put new people on, right? The same way we wanted to put new people on, and then we found Tatohatsi, now she's on, right? Now we're going to be looking for the new person that's going to come up next. But the problem is that she won't be able to capitalize on her moment. She had the biggest year in 2025, right? Did she not?
She did.
How many nominations did she get? Is that not a crime? 0. The only nominations you can count on is Abantwana Bakho with everybody else. No. That's a criminal offense. That is a crime. Someone needs to be arrested for that travesty of justice. Someone needs to be arrested. There's no way. It's impossible. We cannot take that lying down. You understand what I'm saying? So at least I hope that, okay, at least give her a best styled nomination. Give her something that she can rally people and say, vote for me. She can rally her fans. And then her fans can say, we voted for her. She won. They can feel invested. They can have a sunk cost fallacy if that's what they need to keep believing in her forever. You understand what I'm saying? That's the opportunity that was lost there, you know. And
I'm concerned about the hip hop category. I'm actually concerned about hip hop in South Africa. What's going on in hip hop?
No, the things that our hip hop artists are chasing clout. That's it. It's just clout chasing. Everything they think of is like, how is this going to trend? How is this going to get views and likes? Everything that they do is about views and likes. They don't respect the craft. They don't respect the culture. You know what I'm saying? And therefore, that's why the nominees or the nominations are for best hip hop song. And they've done that with many genres. Amapiano albums are designed like compilations. You know what I mean? It's not really a main artist. It's a DJ or producer who's got many other artists and vocalists contributing to it. And also, that's why people don't give Amapiano albums the reverence that maybe they should be getting, you know, because they're not constructed like albums, they're constructed like compilations. So I understand why the Metro FM Awards wouldn't have a best Amapiano album category or a best hip hop album category. I understand why they've got the best song.
You understand?
Because, yes, because they're a radio station, they don't play albums. You understand what I'm saying? They don't play the entire album.
Nah, I refuse, Nota. Nah. You're in an award ceremony though. We need that category of album. So that we're encouraging the artist to still respect the body of work. I understand we've been saying singles era, but still, we still need albums, bro. We still need to put that pedigree in a body of work.
And guess where those albums should be rewarded? At the South African Hip Hop Awards.
But it should be everywhere. And an award show like Metro, those are big awards. Metro FM Award is huge, bro. It changed my life.
I know, it changed my life too. I remember the first award that Questa won was a Metro FM Award. You know what I'm saying? And from then on, he won many, many awards. But before then, he won 0 awards. So the Metro FM Award really was the one that put him on. You know what I mean? So I know how life-changing a Metro FM Award can be. That's why I want Tatohatsi to be nominated at least. I feel the same way you feel. But I understand the limitations that Metro FM has. They've got limited resources. We're not looking at how many categories they've added. We haven't looked at that. The Metro FM Awards have added many more categories than they ever had historically.
I thought they would also add an AI category. It's still not there. And Ria was going to take it this year.
I don't know.
Maybe next year, because they're going to have to be. They're going to have to.
Really?
At some point, yeah. The AI music, the AI music scene is blowing up everywhere.
It is.
Yeah. No, so you can't ignore it.
You cannot ignore it. So I don't know. Maybe they can make awards for non-AI assisted songs, so they can spotlight the people that are working without AI. Because at the same time, it gets very difficult to award someone that is using a computer.
I get you.
So we can then create a special category for the non-AI assisted artists and producers, right? And then we can assume that all the other categories that are not really categorized as non-AI assisted could possibly be AI assisted. And then we can say to which level are they AI assisted? You can measure them on that.
I hear you.
So that you can see that, okay, this is how much
creativity
AI was involved in this, and then here is non-AI assisted, so that people have got both.
Yeah.
You know, people have got a choice, and then people will vote with their feet or vote with their streams. You know, that's something I wanted to speak about.
Contrary to what people are saying, it'll destroy music AI, I feel it'll even give more value to the music that is made without AI over time.
Especially the catalog music.
I think we will respect you more for your artistry if you did not use any AI. I believe the pedigree of our creativity will be respected even more. Although the industry is going to be saturated with AI music, right? That's what I think.
No, I agree with you. I fully agree with you. But not only that, I'm just trying to get this water.
Sure.
Not only that, what I've seen, right, especially with AI. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, technology. Technology. Okay.
Technology.
Hey. So what I've seen with especially the advent of AI, right, is that the old school music sounds different. Like you can actually hear that, oh, this is real music. So the other day, it was a Sunday. No, it was a Saturday actually. And there was a YouTube